But this, I don't know if y'all heard. Well, y'all kind of know what Israel got going on. They kind of like just doing super villain shit right now. And goddamn, something called 50 States One Israel. I seen a bunch of our officials went over to Israel and they took a picture and I guess they had some type of conference whatever and they had a flag. It looked like an American flag mixed with the Israeli flag and these theories about how those people controlling a lot of our government and stuff like that. But now it's kind of like they're throwing it in our face and. But now I'm finna goddamn watch some. I guess kind of him telling his theory on the whole 50 States One Israel. But just all the based off the name, they damn near sound like we finna be like damn near, you know, control like, but not like from a behind the scenes level, but from a out front level. Like it's out with it now. Like 56 on Israel don't even make sense. I don't get that. But what does it sound like to you when you hear that?
Sound like it's finna be. Sound like finna try to expand the empire, man. That's what it sound like.
50 States and One Israel.
Cause you already know what Israel talking about. They talking about expanding their borders.
It damn near sound like. Yeah, it damn near sound like they trying to damn form one damn country or a confederation of some sorts. Like you know how like the UK is like 3 different countries.
Yeah, 3 different countries.
It's damn near sounding like how what they trying to do damn near. They trying to become the United States of the East. That's what they trying to become the United States of the Middle East.
Yeah.
This day 1600s. This day Arab colonizing and taking shit over and they own Trail of Tears, but it's not Native Americans this time.
It's
where they discussed many things on camera. But folks, almost everyone missed a huge slogan written on the background wall. It read, 50 States, One Israel. That single slogan is being questioned now by many Americans. Folks, before I go any further, I want to show you one clip. Take a look.
God damn it.
As you can see, in this clip, Rubio is praying in Jerusalem at the Western Wall with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, reports. Say Rubio, who is a Catholic Christian, even removed his cross before praying. That one incident is controversial. People have different opinions about what it says about true faith in Jesus Christ. But the more concerning thing was that particular slogan, because conspiracy theorists are suggesting those words were put there at random, or worse, that America is somehow being controlled by Israel. Now, before I say anything more, I want to make it clear that what I am about to speak is my analysis, based on the facts and theories currently circulating on the internet. People are asking, at a time when Israel faces growing isolation around the world, why did the largest ever delegation of U.S. lawmakers representing all 50 states arrive in Israel? Why now? What does Israel have on Trump? Yes, folks, you saw the clip. Rubio and Netanyahu on the same stage. But did you see what was written behind them? 50 states, one Israel. That phrase was not a side note. It was placed where the world could read it. Now you're asking, is this just a slogan for a photo op? And that is exactly the question we must ask loudly. It could be hyperdecor, or it could be a signal. Who put that slogan there? Who framed the stage? When cameras roll, every backdrop is deliberate. Remember this, the visit was not a small gathering. This was the largest ever delegation of U.S. state lawmakers to visit Israel. 250 legislators, 5 from each state.
That's a lot,
Say
bro.
officials.
What the fuck?
That fact changes how we read
That's a
what
lot,
happened.
nigga.
That's a lot.
The
That's
slogan,
what? That's how over half of
50
Congress.
states, one Israel. In
That is
front of
over
that
half of
many
Congress.
Americans
Yeah.
isn't just a nice line. It raises questions. So, let me ask you this. In plain language, when all 50 states are represented, and a phrase like that is displayed, does it mean a friendship? Or does it mean something closer to alignment? And if alignment toward what? Security cooperation? Cultural solidarity? Or influence that goes beyond diplomacy? These are not accusations. They are questions built on what we watched. Look beyond the banner. Marco Rubio didn't only speak on a podium. He walked where symbols live, the ministry, the city of David, the Kotel, places that carry history and message. Public prayer. At the Western Wall, with Prime Minister Netanyahu, is a loud image. Some people will call it respect. Others will see symbols of loyalty. Which one is true? Both could be. And here's the critical bit. I'm not telling you America is controlled. I'm raising the question because the facts demand it. When a massive bipartisan group of state legislators goes en masse, when a slogan sounds like a proclamation, and when a senior U.S. diplomat is photographed praying beside a prime minister, you do not swallow that and move on. You ask, what is the purpose? Who benefits? Whose narrative is being pushed? Now, some will jump straight to conspiracy, and others will call me alarmist. I'm neither. I'm a watchman. A watchman does not invent facts. He points at them. There are threads here, a massive legislative delegation, staged imagery, at symbolic sites, and that banner on the wall. Connect the threads or ignore them, but do not pretend the threads are not there. You've probably heard the social media claims he removed his cross, and those viral stories will try to prove everything or nothing. Be careful, video clips. Get edited. Context gets lost, and people want simple answers for complex realities. Check the sources. The main, verifiable things are the visit, the prayer, the delegation, and the slogan. Start with those. Then think deeper. Here is what is new, that many are missing. A phrase like 50 states, one Israel functions, both as unity rhetoric and as narrative shaping. It tells two audiences at once. It tells Israelis, you have friends across America, and it tells Americans your states are being asked to identify with another nation in a way that is unusually personal. That's why this is a big deal. Ask yourself, who in America will answer that call? State legislators are local power holders. They make laws. They influence.
You know, that is weird because it's one thing for Netanyahu to, talk to the federal government, Trump and them, but for him to invite legislators from all 50 states, okay, now he's trying to do something to where all legislators around the whole country are now passing laws that somehow benefit each state. That's gonna get passed down to the local government. Because, you know what I'm saying? That is weird for the president or a prime minister just want to meet with just random state legislators.
Yeah.
Like, and then for all the 50 states.
All 50. That's over half of Congress, bro. I think it's over 469 people in Congress total.
So it's like, okay, he is gonna somehow network Israeli his ideology, his Israeli ideology, and he gonna somehow, incite his propaganda into our local communities.
And then you gotta look on that and see how many of the people already get donations from that fund, APEC.
And then with the video, they saying bro took his cross off. So me standing there like saying
He rejected his own religion in favor of his.
or he bowing down basically, because anytime in the old days when somebody was getting conquered, and one of the things the motherfucker had to do was take the person religion. You feel me? You can't practice your native religion no more. You gotta worship what I worship now. You know what I'm saying? That's damn near what he doing. It's figuratively. If you gotta take your cross off, you damn near, you feel me, telling the man fuck your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So that just shows a lot. Like,
schools, budgets, and public sentiment. If 250 legislators return home with a shared narrative, that narrative spreads into state houses, into education, into policy. This is how soft power moves, not just from the White House, but from legislative caucuses across the nation. That's why the size of the delegation matters. Do not confuse patriotism with blindness. You can love your country,
That couldn't be more
to what
true.
degree should
That
foreign
literally
affinity
defining
shape
the
domestic
entire
policy? You
political
can pray at
movement
a
right now.
wall and still ask, are symbols being used to fast-track consent? These questions are necessary because power loves symbols. And symbols, when left unquestioned, do the work of policy. To those who want actionable steps, first, inform yourself from reliable sources, not just the viral clips. Second, ask your local legislators directly what their mandate was, what agreements were discussed, and what they plan to bring back to your state. Third, pray, but pray with clarity. God wants his people watchful, not panicked, informed, not deceived. And to my brothers and sisters who are spiritual, this is a time for discernment more than rush judgment. Discernment means you notice symbols, you notice movements, and you notice that the battle is often first fought in the arena of ideas. Don't let a slogan silence your voice. Be a voice for God's justice, wherever you see injustice. Be a voice for mercy, where policy could hurt the vulnerable. Now, to my fellow watchmen who are ready to sound a trumpet, do it with sober courage and with love. When you call out, what you perceive as error, do it as a physician opening a wound to heal it, not as an executioner wielding a gavel. Speak prophetic truth, clearly and kindly. Point to scripture, offer solutions, not just accusations. Encourage repentance and restitution, where possible. Be ready to stand alone, but never be proud about being right. Let humility be your banner. Finally, do not allow anger to take root in your heart. There will be voices that push you toward bitterness, that tempt you to curse instead of to bless. The enemy loves to see God's people divided, shouting slogans that match the world's slogans. But our call is higher. We are called to be peacemakers, truth-sayers, and lovers of justice. We must hold leaders accountable without becoming consumed by the flame of outrage. So I say to you again, watch, pray, discern, act. The slogan on the wall was a signal flare across the sky. It told us that currents are shifting and that the world's chessboard is being rearranged. Whether that rearrangement brings healing or harm depends, in large measure, on how God's people respond. Will we trade our prophetic mantle for a place in the gallery of approval, or will we keep lifting our voices for righteousness, even when the microphones belong to kings? Wake up.
When you hear that slogan, what you think?
Is a moment to be clear.
When you hear that, like 50 steps by ears, what you think?
shit. Not only is the federal government gonna be controlled by Israel, but also the state governments. That's what it sounds like to me.
So you basically saying like we basically trying to combine, well not we trying to combine, but like as two governments.
See, in America, if the states really want to, they all can act independently.
Yeah.
So in this state can promote this, but this other state can promote something else. But 50 states on Israel kind of tells me it's going to be some type of consolidated Israel propaganda within all 50 states of America. Because, what goes on in the federal government don't necessarily always directly affect you in your local community. But this 50 State for Israel thing sounds like something that's gonna be trickled down within our local communities and affect us way more directly than just international shit like the Gaza situation. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's cause you know about Palantir
Yeah.
and that whole thing. So you know America already working with them to try to do this Palantir this system to where it's keeping track of everything we do, just some fascist type shit.
Some big brother type shit.
Some Big Brother, nah nigga.
Nah, nigga, like you remember Big Brother?
What's that?
The all seeing eye. Basically, like you ever watch Beef and Vendetta? The nigga with the Zorro man.
Not really. I ain't really watched that shit.
Yeah, bro, it's basically like an all seeing eye, like camera system.
Type
Like,
shit.
that's why they call it Big Brother. Like it's watching you all the time.
Type shit. But yeah.
That nigga said hell no. That nigga said hell no.
But yeah, but nah, but this 50 States of Israel just sounds like there's gonna be some consolidated, uniform propaganda via Israel from to our 50 states.
But what I'm trying to figure out is like, they still don't have like a solid approval here. That's that entire state. Like even the ones who voted for Donald Trump, they don't really see themselves aligning with them people.
You know, all of them, but it's the thing though, bro. It is a lot of MAGA people who have broke off from a lot of the mainstream MAGA because they disagree with the Israel situation, but at the same time, bro. At the same time, like, as long as you give the majority the ability to feel like they dominate all the working class, lower class people,
Yeah.
they don't give a fuck what policies they gotta follow, even if it hurt them. And at the end of the day, the way America moving, it's not gonna. America feels like your personal opinion or your personal preference is not gonna give a fuck in a couple years. So the way we it just feels like the United States and Israel is gonna be a confederation, from what it feels like. It seems like.
It's crazy, man, because it's like we feel so powerless to stop all that shit. Because we see it, it's like that be the worst part. Like, you see it unfolding in front of your eyes, but we don't have like the grassroots movements and stuff to get together to be able to like mash just.
You see what happened in Nepal?
Oh yeah, as I seen very much what happened in Nepal.
But they overthrew their government. The Gen
Gen Z, yeah, Gen Z lawmaker, they put her in charge.
But I don't think niggas in America. I think niggas could do that, but the thing is with niggas in America, bro, we're too divided. I mean, they good at dividing us. See,
man, think about all them isms.
Yeah, see, people over there at the end of the day, bro, they don't have as many differences, and the elites of America know that a lot of Americans have a lot of differences, and they play at those differences. But you have a lot of surface level people who only can focus on those differences and can't see the bigger picture, and that's why it's so easy to divide America. And I feel like America could very much get back to those times like of the Boston Tea Party and those just different examples of revolutionary and standing up to the man, but the motherfuckers too divided. You like I said, bro, the motherfuckers, as long as they can feel like they are at the top of the
food chain,
top of the bottom of the totem pole,
yeah,
that they don't give a fuck.
Hey, who said it? Which FBI director said it, man? If you give a white man a target, a white man a
president,
target,
if I ain't tripping.
huh?
I think it was a president.
But yeah, basically, if you got if you give a white man a target, he won't even notice when he won't even notice when you robbing him blind, bro. And I feel like that's true for just humanity in general, bro. A lot of people don't care as long as they not as bad as the next person. That's why a lot of people will sell you out. That's why a lot of people will, you know what I'm saying, make questionable decisions and question and make moves that go against their morals. Is they trying to look for the spot to just be good enough. They trying to get to where it's just comfortable enough. They don't really want to be free as a people. Like we don't really want to be free as a people. We just want to be able to say like we living a good life. And for that, and for them people, bro, a good life is when they got the minorities basically on the downturn, man. The system itself is basically predicated on a certain percentage of people not being able to eat, not being able to know where their next meal come from, not being able to know where they're gonna lay their head at night. Capitalism is built on that because you got to capitalize off of somebody. It's built into the name.
So the quote is by Lyndon B. Johnson. He say, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't know that you picking his pockets. He'll give him somebody to look down on. He'll empty his pockets for you.
And
And,
think of
and that goes to show you the mindset of MAGA, bro. As long as they can be at the top of the bottom of the totem pole, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck.
it's crazy because they own people will say it about them, bro. They own people.
Be right.
They own people, and the only difference between Lyndon B. Johnson and the average white man is education. Education. I have the cognitive ability to be able to control my destiny through my thoughts because I have an education.
Yeah. A lot of them, but then hell, it's somewhat. I mean, niggas be sweet though, but it's some who aren't just your average, dumbass, rural living Confederate MAGA voting type person. Some of them be like the ones who then went to schools who believe in some of this Suedo shit, like what I'm saying, good schools but believe in Suedo shit, like like white replacement theory or like Aryanism
But
and
that's out of fear, though.
yeah, it is. But what I'm saying is like shit really a mental disorder.
It's really what it is. It's really what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Because as long as you talk to a person from MAGA long enough, bro, you understand, like, you talking to an idiot. Like, and it's not to look down on them because, like I said, they don't know that they're voting against their own interests when they hear certain things. Because you can talk to certain MAGAs, and they would think that, like, if you read them a good plan, like Kamala's tax plan, they thought it was Donald Trump's because they can't visualize a person of that nature, a black woman, being able to be smarter than this person who is a so-called millionaire, even though if you look through his business deal, a majority of them fraudulent or they falling through, or you hear anybody say they do business with and they say he's a fraudulent businessman. Like, it's things of that nature that make people question them as a majority, and then they're so fearful. Like they're always so fearful of people.
Bruh, they say Sinclair Broadcast Group says Jimmy Kimmel Live will not return until appropriate steps have been taken to uphold the standards expected of a national broadcast platform. They also call on Jimmy Kimmel to issue a public apology, making a donation to Charles Kirk family and 20 Point USA. This shit sounds like they're fucking goddamn like blackmailing him. Like
They are blackmailing. They're blackballing them.
not blackballing, but fucking blackmailing. Like goddamn, like they like got this nigga at gunpoint. Like, yeah, if you want to get back right, you feel me? You gotta apologize, then you gotta donate. Like they extorting him. Like, you feel me? Like that shit is crazy. Like, cause I'm pretty sure when some shit like that happened, she probably making calls to the people and whatever goddamn broadcast station Jimmy Kimmel shit was on, they getting calls probably from the White House or whoever else, and hell, they just goddamn doing what the hell they told, or the people who own these companies, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it really sounds like these motherfuckers extorting people. Like, it's one thing about like America, bro. Like I said, the right conservative party is the party of Karens. You know what I'm saying?
They the first to always start some shit, but then play victim when they get punched in the damn face. That's how it is, bro. That's how it works.
They really just they just superheroes in their own story, but they just super villains to the rest of the world. Like I said, we just had to watch a fucking French news station to get criticism on what's going on in American politics, because a lot of these news stations who critique what's going on, they is getting canceled and fired. So Shit is sad.
But that's what it comes down to, bro. That's real tyranny at work. This is what it really looks like. People don't understand. They hear it, they see a book and they can't really see, and that's how you
Money,
really
money
can.
in that bit.
You know what?
Money in that bit.
All right.